Welcome back again to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. Speaking of coming inside, we got a great show for you tonight.
It's funny because we were talking about off air about a different kind of coming inside. Like 2 minutes before we recorded this, it's almost like, oh god, of course.
We always get some fucked up conversation going to get us warmed up.
Yeah, that's how it rolls around here, I guess.
Listen, motherfuckers, to the show that you heard. Download on your smartphone the show that you deserve. Streaming fucking bullshit, you know that's what we are. Podcast full of madness, isn't that absurd?
Yeah, everything's back online. All right. So we had to go real quick. We were having off the air, guys. You didn't see this, but we were having it was like a Three Stooges moment of comedies with our technical difficulties. If my shit wasn't falling, and then as soon as we got ready to go, my fucking wire and my microphone fell out, and it's like, well, now it's my fault. Now my shit's doing it. But I want to thank Alex Vox. Welcome to Alex Vox to the show from the band Envision, which is spelled NVSN, which we talked about for a minute. I said was very clever. People are lazy, man. When it comes to typing things to search, the less buttons you have to get somebody to push to find your shit, the better. I think you guys are going to like their sound. We're going to hit it. We're going to kick off the show by checking out their music video, FYE. And I think, Chris, this is our first time watching a video with the person who made it.
Yeah, this is exactly true. You said to that point, first time we're watching with, the artist behind the video as well. So this is again some first time experiences here on Guns and Radio.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun, man.
Parties here.
Where was this filmed at, Alex?
It was filmed in I think Loosedale, Mississippi.
Loosedale, where's that at? Is that around the Delta or the?
No, it's on the coast. It's close to Alabama. This was filmed on location in a shutdown water or paper mill. It had been the sole source of income for that area for 100 years before it shut down.
Did you guys get permits and shit for this, or did you just go? Be honest.
No, we asked the building owner if we could shoot there, and they were like, "Yeah, that's fine. Have fun." That was it.
So was it somebody you guys knew, or did you have to?
No, we were checking out the property the day before, and I think the guy's daughter happened to be there looking at the property as well. And we were like, hey, while you're here, did we talk to you about this? And got the guy's number who owned it, and I called him, and he was like, yeah, man, go have fun.
And you guys didn't run into... what time of year was it?
It was October.
It's been so long since I got out of Mississippi, I don't remember when the snakes go away.
Oh, shoot. I think we had 2 cold weeks last year at the whole year, if that. So, the snakes are pretty much year-round where I'm from.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if the snakes had fucked off, because usually I'm from Tupelo.
Okay.
So, in the northeast region... they'll kind of go away, or they won't be as common in the winter as they will be.
Definitely not Tupelo. It's closer to Hurley, I think, would be the better side, because it's way down south.
Okay, but you guys are from Biloxi, right?
Yeah.
It was
an hour out of the way.
Do you guys play a lot of it? Do you guys draw big crowds in Biloxi for the music scene?
Usually, locally, 200, somewhere around there, which pretty much caps out most of the venues we have down here.
Well, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all for, Tupelo, we used to be popping. We used to draw 1,000 for just local bands and shit, and now the music scene is dead.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot harder now to draw a lot, especially after COVID. I think a lot of people, they don't want to go out unless it's some major national act.
I wonder why that is, because I was busting at the chops to get the fuck out of the house. So who's the guy in the mask?
You have to keep watching the video and you'll see.
No, I meant when you were filming it. Who was? Oh, is he gonna take it off at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have a reveal.
Intriguing.
Yes, sir.
All right.
These are awkward to shoot sometimes because, like, you're trying to lay there and you're not trying to crack it. Were your buddies on the other side of the camera fucking with you while you're trying to look serious and dead?
Wait, hold on. Here we go.
Oh, it's you. Okay. So was it you the whole time?
Yeah, no. So it wasn't me the whole time. It was actually our former guitarist had like left the band a couple months before that, but we're all on good terms. Him and I are about the same height and stature. So I was like, hey, I have this idea, and I think it'd be really fucking dope. Can you play this serial killer for most of the music video, and then we'll, switch off at the end.
So what is the story that we're seeing here with what is the deeper meaning to this music video?
Yeah, so FYE, it stands for Fuck Your Ego. I don't know if I'm allowed to,
you
say
cuss
that.
whatever. Yeah, you can say
cuss
whatever you
all the
want.
time. Who cares, man?
Oh, fuck yeah. So it's
This is
called
the
Fuck
internet.
Right? It's called Fuck Your Ego, and when we were doing the video, I wanted to kind of like visualize that. So if you look at the beginning of it, it's almost like this social media influencer found this cool place to kind of walk around and share with all their followers, and then this person behind them, and when it culminates at the end of the video, it's kind of like, killing your ego and putting yourself down to move forward in humility and all that shit. So the quote-unquote murderer was killing his ego.
What are some of the other bands that you would say Envision is influenced by?
The biggest influences we have, especially with the EP that song came off of, is Bad Omens, I Prevail, and Bring Me the Horizon. We kind of blur the lines between hard rock and metalcore. We're like leaning more towards metalcore, especially with our new releases.
And maybe you can explain that to me a little bit, because I don't really understand genres. Like, everything seems to have a core at the end of it. What's the difference?
Well, metalcore, the genre is typically defined by very bright, singy choruses and then very heavy verses. So that's kind of where that flows in, where you'll have screaming most of the time, and then the choruses is where you have those really catchy parts. Like, think of like the Devil Wears Prada does that great, where they're going to have these brutal ass verses, but then when it comes to the chorus, they have these almost like their guitarist has like a fucking angelic voice.
So it's kind of like the opposite. Well, in a way, that's kind of like Electric Callboy. Have you ever heard of them?
I haven't listened to a lot of their music, but yeah, they would be, some of their songs fringe on the edge of metalcore, and I know there's a lot of deathcore guys that love them too.
Yeah, and they also have, but then they get into the chorus, and then their chorus like throws way the fuck back to almost a classic rock, in my opinion.
Yeah, so that would be somewhat a semblance of the metalcore genre. The ones that are just screaming the entire time is usually going to be in the deathcore genre, or just like post-hardcore or something like that.
Why are those bands so common, though, the ones that just scream the whole time? Right. Because I hear that is not an easy thing to do. But then I also look at my roster because I go to a lot of concerts, and there are a lot of those speed metal kind of bands, and then you see them and they're not very good. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of them are.
Right. No, I understand. We played a showcase in Austin, Texas for South by, and there was this melodic. It wasn't a core band. There was no breakdown in the song at all. Which, me coming from like a bunch of core bands that have those breakdowns in the middle, to hear just the verse screaming like pretty much the entire time, where there's like no hook or anything, was wild. But these guys were so fucking talented. But I've played with a bunch of bands that are less than memorable as well. So, I mean, I think the kind of music that is played and how common it is with just the screaming and no singing, it really depends on what scene you're in, because there are places out there where almost all of the bands sound like us, and then there's places out there, everybody has their scene. We really stood out in our area because we're the first band that sounds like us from our area. There are others now, but whenever we were starting doing music, pretty much everything sounded like Three Doors Down, 3 Days Grace, and all that jazz, and then we pop up.
So you've been in other bands before this one came out, and you can tell by the even by the production quality of the videos alone, that you've put a lot of effort into it. You guys are talented musicians. It's what you're doing now is working. And I've seen a lot of bands where it just don't work. They keep going, but it just don't work. Like, what do you have to look for in finding those comrades to be on the road with to make that work like that?
Dude, as far as like being on the road with people that I don't want to kill, that's got to be nothing but like sheer luck and maybe a higher power looking out. Because like we've been through a few guitarists, but for the most part, my drummer and my bassist have been with me the entire way. And I'm just so fucking blessed to have the guys that I work with. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different religions, and we all love the fuck out of each other because we all have the same. I think maybe it's what builds a team, right? Is you find a common goal and a common purpose, and you drive towards it. And all of us, we want to make an impact with our music, and we want to help people be better versions of themselves and get through difficult times through our music. No matter what our background is, that's all of our goal. And so since we all have that goal, it allows us to drive forward in unity.
Somebody has to lead the team and manage the situation. Who would you say falls into that role with you guys?
This is my baby. Envision actually started out as a solo project, and that comes to the other part of that question. The first question is, you said that we have a lot of success, but a lot of it was like, I think a lot of bands out there go, I don't care if someone likes this or not. This is what I want to do, so I'm going to keep doing it. And me, when I started Envision, I was like, okay, I'm not getting the results I want. And the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So every time I would hit a wall, I would hit the drawing board and I would figure out like, okay, what can I do differently without losing myself as a musician to push this bitch forward? And that's what's gotten us where we're at is the refusal to give up, but also continuing constantly to find what is the next best thing that we can do, so we're not doing the same thing.
Well, what would you define as a successful goal? Because everybody's definition of success is different.
For sure. I mean, I think the ultimate success is to be happy with what you have. So, I mean, if those guys that are out there that are playing to the same 5 people every other weekend or every weekend, if they're happy, then they're successful. For me, if we can be touring like 100 days a year, and our bills are paid at home and we don't have to worry about it and we're happy, like that's success for me. But I also think right now what we're doing when we're doing 3 or 4 tours a year that are like a week and a half long, 2 weeks long, if you told me I was going to be doing this a year ago, I would have said you're fucking crazy. So, I mean, that's success too.
Yeah.
I think in American society outside of music, I don't mean to get all philosophical on you, but we have this mindset that no one is successful until they've made it. But I think if we take that mindset and we go, how can I find happiness along the way and enjoy the journey? Then you can be successful every step of the way and celebrate every victory. Instead of, like when I first started, I used to be like, well, yeah, this is cool, but it could be better. Now, every time we have a major win, or like we secure 3 national tours our first year that we're actually hitting the road, I'm just excited to do that and to be a part of it and able to enjoy every moment instead of being like, well, yeah, but we're not playing stadiums, like.
Well, I mean, everything's going to get old, even playing stadiums. If you were playing stadiums, but you weren't playing with guys that you want to be around and you wasn't having a good time, then would it really fucking matter that you're playing stadiums and how many people are there? And I mean, at first it will for about, a few months until you've got a couple of mil under your wallet. And then you're like, oh, all right, time to fuck off of this.
Right.
That's what Izzy Stradlin did.
For all of us, dude, it's like, when we are on the road for longer than a week, by the time it gets ready to come home, it's like this war within us where it's like, I can't wait to be home and like see my girl and enjoy my own home and all that shit. But I also can't wait to go again. Like it's
I
the
know
two
what
of
you
them.
mean.
Yeah, and I think that's
I'm a gypsy
spot.
soul too, so I know what you mean. Because like I love to travel. Don't get me wrong. I'll be here 3 days and I'll be like, God, I can't wait to get out of this house. And then And then as soon as I'm gone for more than 2 days, it's like, God, I can't wait to be back in my bed.
Yeah, I think that's what I miss more than anything on the road is like my own bed. I've had that bitch for a long time, you know.
Are you married? Is any?
I have a 7-year-old son, and then he's actually turning 7 this weekend. And I have my girlfriend that we've been together since 2020.
Okay, so that's pretty close. That's pretty damn close.
Actually, probably about a month after this recording goes out, I'll be proposing. So,
oh no, we lose a lot of good artists to the ring, man.
Oh no, she is the most supportive person ever. She doesn't like me being gone a long time, but I've had several partners while I was doing music, and there has never been anyone in my life that supports me as much as she does.
Well, don't ever take my advice on relationships, as we've established on the show, multi-time world divorce champion.
Yeah. How many times?
I'll tell you off air. I want to keep the kayfabe. But before we take our quick break, I do want to tell everybody, if you're in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, check out the Dirty 30 Fest, and we will have a link in the description so you can go over there and grab up some tickets and have a fun night out with your friends one night. But I'm going to pause for a second because we're going to take a look at some rock and roll news, but don't go anywhere. Stick around because when we're going to come back. We've got more from Alex. We're going to continue this interview, and we're going to watch another music video right after this. So did you hear Sum 41 is disbanding?
Yeah, so I believe we're recording this a little bit earlier than we usually do. And this literally happened. I saw it this morning. I was like,
yeah,
really? It's like out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, I guess, well, I don't know, like maybe they're just doing it now so they can reunite in 10 years and, get a nice reunion paycheck out of it. Who knows? Maybe
take a break.
Yeah, maybe they just want to do a break. They want to do some solo stuff for a while. Who knows, man? I mean, when you've been doing the same thing those guys have been around since, for at least 20, 25 years.
96. Sum 41 came along in 96. It's been 27 years.
Literally, a year after I was born, they came on the scene, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you was born in 95. I keep forgetting that fact that you're so much younger than me because I remember what I was doing in 95. I wasn't old. I was just like, how old was I in 95? I was 9. I remember that. I remember being 9. Oh, man, so you missed out on Power Rangers. What else did you miss out on? Cow and Chicken.
I've never heard that second one. Power Rangers we saw here and there, not as much.
Johnny Bravo, Rocco's
Johnny Bravo, yeah, we caught the tail end of Johnny Bravo.
Oh, man, you missed out on some good years there.
I was raised on the old SpongeBob, man, so.
Oh, we were all watching SpongeBob. Even when I was in high school and it wasn't cool to say you watched SpongeBob, everybody watched SpongeBob.
Yeah, dude, SpongeBob's the GOAT.
Yeah, SpongeBob was like Friends. Everybody watched it.
At least once.
Yeah. I never could get into Friends, but yeah, we watched some SpongeBob. But yeah, it sucks about Sum 41. Rick sent me that announcement, and as soon as he sent it to me, I didn't even reply. I jumped onto Sum 41's tour dates, and I grabbed because they're coming to Riverport Amphitheater in St. Louis.
Yeah, I saw that. They're doing like some European dates, I think, for like the first half of the summer. They're doing more US stuff. So I'm like, oh, maybe a couple of years ago, I kind of like just missed out on seeing them. They were in Toronto. So
yeah,
I gotta definitely go this time. So,
well, I looked into it, and so I bought a ticket to the Riverport show because I was like, well, before they jack these up,
mm-hmm.
or they sell the fuck out. I don't know what's going to happen. They may not sell the fuck out, but and in a couple of days, it's going to be $25 concert ticket week. By the time this airs, it's almost over. But I know it's going to be on the list, but I didn't want to take any chances. I just went ahead and got my got my tickets. Got my
Yeah,
tickets
fuck it.
early.
At this point, you might as well because
Yeah.
because I believe in that statement they said they're releasing another album that's going to be like their last album for the time being.
Oh
And I
yeah,
guess they're doing another worldwide tour along with
yeah.
the rest of these dates. So I'm hoping they got to come through for Canada. They're Canadians. So they got to do a nice little Canadian tour.
Oh
to wrap
yeah.
it up.
They might
So
end it in Canada.
I think that'd be a great idea if they did.
Yeah. They I wanted to make sure I got one of those tickets, but because they're going to be playing with the Offspring, and
Yeah.
I would rather get 4 less Sum 41 songs to see them with Offspring than
Mhm.
4 other songs I never heard, which will probably be off of the new album to see a full
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
And I get to cross 2 bucket list bands off the old list in one night. So. And it also, a lot of times when you go see those punk bands like the Offspring, they'll have some fucking opener that you never heard of.
Yeah.
And then you got to sit there and everybody's dancing and headbanging and kicking at the stage and shit. And you got to be in there with them pretending you like this shit too.
Oh, I feel you.
When really you just came for the one band.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what sucks about a punk show is there's always, and then the promoter, because if it's a punk rock show, the promoter's going to have a band that's going to suck ass, that's gonna play at
Most
some
likely.
point.
Yeah.
And yeah, I learned traveling with old Ricky D that sometimes punk shows are the. And don't ever try to take a shit in one of them venues. I'll tell you right the fuck now. Not if you got Christian butt cheeks. Because I wouldn't put the worst center on that toilet.
Yeah. Right, you gotta shit like a dog. Just like have the legs open and
You got to have a hand and a foot on both walls.
yeah, bring like or like a 2-liter bottle of hand sanitizer and sneak it in your back pocket or some shit.
And then you torpedo it into the direction of the bowl.
Or you just do what like the smart people do before like a festival, like 2 weeks before the festival, they'll like dig up the ground site and like put a bottle of alcohol there. You dig it up and you put hand sanitizer in there. Also alcohol, so guess what? Drink up, bitch.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about burying booze for a festival. I think some people did that in Tupelo at a couple of Rick's shows.
Oh, definitely.
Wasn't me. Yeah. But yeah, man, Sum 41's going away. That's sad. We've lost another one. Aerosmith has just announced their farewell tour, and that's got me pissed the fuck off.
Yeah, so like it's weird because they only announced like the North American portion. So like I don't know if they're gonna do a whole worldwide thing. It's like it's kind of weird if you just end your tour like in North America. Like
No,
I don't think they've been to Europe in fucking years. They've just done Vegas shows for the last 2 years.
At least y'all ain't getting fucked like we got fucked. Let me tell you, this is why I'm mad, okay? I logged on. I was game, okay? I knew I was probably going to pay $150, $200 for this ticket. I was going to pay whatever it cost to get this ticket. Because I've never seen Aerosmith, and I'd like to cross them off the list. I logged on to the Live Nation app at 9:58. The tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. 9:58, I logged in, and it's got a countdown timer with the buy your tickets button grayed out. So I looked. I was like, well, this can't be right. There's got to be some kind of glitch here. So I closed out the app. I opened it again, and it was still doing the same thing. So I went over to Ticketmaster, and you couldn't buy them there. That's important for later. You couldn't buy them on Ticketmaster at the time because when I searched this show, it wasn't there.
Okay.
So I looked over on Access, and which is one of the other sites I use for buying tickets. And once again, you couldn't buy them there. So I went, okay, we're getting close to 10. It's about 9:59 now, So I go over to motherfucking, what do you call it? Live Nation again. And I pull up the Live Nation app, and it's still grayed out. So I'm like, well, shit. So I refreshed the app at 10:01 because the countdown timer was still going at 30 minutes. Like, of course, it wasn't 30 minutes. It was like 29, 28. It was like 27 minutes and some change at 10 o'clock.
Weird.
All right. So I get on these motherfuckers, and I finally get on, and they're all sold out.
Damn.
So now I log on to Ticketmaster, and they've got them like $300 to $400 on resale. Now I'm thinking, didn't nobody buy these motherfucking tickets? Nobody bought every fucking ticket and then moved them over to essentially StubHub.
Yeah.
No, that did not happen. Fuck you. What happened was somebody got in, because I looked here and they started out at $86. Some Ticketmaster moved those motherfucking tickets on their own.
Seems like it. That's very weird. I don't know. For me, like, I'm on Ticketmaster right now, like at the Toronto show, and like, yeah, dude, it was pretty fucked. Like, dude, I was even like, same with you. Like, I was in the queue, had to wait an extra 20 minutes past 10 just to get in to buy tickets because there's literally thousands of people ahead of me, which is nuts. Now, when I literally saw the price, I said, "Fuck that shit."
Now, since this is going on, I've looked just now, and now Ticketmaster does have it up and for sale, and you can buy a ticket behind the stage. Let me reiterate: behind the fucking stage, behind it, not in front of it, not far away from it, not at a weird angle, behind the goddamn stage for $145.
Yeah, let me see, because I'm looking here. Dude, they're even more for the Toronto show. Dude, just to get in section whatever here, like the cheapest ticket I can find right now, it's in the 100 section of the arena. It's literally 200, a little over $200 plus tax and fees is already almost $245.
Yeah, that pisses me off because people are still going to pay it and they're ripping us off.
I went to see Kiss literally 3 years ago in 2019, and I think I paid that same price for around one. I actually paid for an even better section around the same price for 2 tickets.
I paid $35 for my shitty Kiss ticket. I'm not going to pay $150 for a shittier Aerosmith ticket for a band that I like less songs.
Yeah, dude, the pit tickets were like insanely expensive, but I get why, because, you know, with the VIP package, and I believe they are doing meet and greets, so I can understand why they sell those out pretty quick. But like, they're almost $2,000 a ticket. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Just so I can fucking meet this group of 75-year-old lesbians who are retiring?
Damn. Oh, man.
I've always said on this show, Steven Tyler looks like a lesbian. So, I mean,
he does.
Dude looks like a lady. That song was written by him about him. So,
well, back then, any dude with long hair, they said it looked like a woman.
Yeah, any dude in LA in the 80s who was in a glam metal band.
Yeah, when you had the
even about Bret Michaels. So, I mean, who knows?
And now that's the generation that's bitching about trans people now.
It makes no sense. You're all into friggin' Poison, and they'll
motherfucker, you wore lipstick.
Like a bunch of hoochie coochie mamas over there.
I saw a post one time that said, I jerked off to Poison for 3 months before I figured out they were all dudes. Yeah. And then another 2 weeks after that.
Listen, Steel Panther even referenced it in the song. Michael Starr wondered if he was gay watching Poison play.
Now, I want to go to Poison. Bret Michaels is on the list. I did ask Rick because he's seen Bret Michaels solo shows a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he mostly plays Poison songs. So I said, okay, then I'm in. Because if he's going to play a bunch of, like, you know, when you go see David Lee Roth, he don't play any Van Halen songs. He plays David Lee songs that nobody's ever heard.
Really? I don't know. I thought he would play it. I mean, he has re-recorded a lot of Van Halen songs with his band. I think that he's slowly releasing now on Spotify and stuff. But
I've heard it both ways. I think I've mainly heard is when you go see David Lee, you get the shit off of his solo albums, and so I've never been interested. I don't want to.
He has like probably like 5 good solo songs. I think I don't know. That first album that he did was pretty good because he had like a the band to back him up with there, man. They had an insane band for I think was it Eat 'Em and Smile. I think was that first solo album he did.
Yeah,
with like Yankee Rose and shit. I remember like Steve Vai was on that album. Like you got pedigree back there. So
I will give it up to David Lee though for aging gracefully.
Kind of. He also looks like a lesbian. So
what, does everybody look like a lesbian?
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you're popular in the '80s. Probably are going to look like a lesbian. Who knows?
Dude looks like a lesbian.
Steven Tyler, David Lee Roth looks like one of those like shaved head lesbians now. I mean, Axel, that one picture of Mickey Rourke, he definitely looked like a lesbian. I don't know, man. At least like Bret Michaels doesn't like perform, in the old '80s Poison outfit. So like, plus he's also pretty buff, so like he looks like a dude. So
David Lee though, like he didn't get like a facelift. He didn't get like hair plugs.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Like he didn't have to like do anything crazy to like try to keep him looking like he's 84.
Now Bret Michaels, on the other hand, I am pretty sure
definitely got some plastic surgery. Oh, for fucking sure, for sure. But I mean, shit, man, he still performs really well, dude. Yeah, definitely that too. Oh, for sure.
He's definitely wearing a wig. Not as obvious as Marky Ramone's wig, which we've talked about many, many times on this show.
That or the various assortment of Phil Spector wigs.
Don't Beetlejuice him into existence. He'll come try to shut down our show again.
I've only said his name once. We're okay.
Thank God Vince Neil was here to save the day.
Oh, thank God.
From the ghost of Phil Spector. He said he wired you that money back. He swears he sent it back to you.
I don't know. I gotta check my bank records then. Remind me after. I'm gonna call my local bank and see.
Oh man, that's funny. Speaking of things that are kind of funny, I heard old Ted Nugent got kicked off of a show recently. What happened there?
I gotta look that up because you sent me the link. Actually, hang on, you sent me this a while ago.
I thought you sent it to me.
No, I think you sent it to me, or someone sent it to us. I don't know.
One way or the other, we found
one way or the other. Yeah, you sent it to me. So he's supposed to play in Birmingham. Hang on, I'm loading the article here. Yeah.
And we obviously didn't give enough of a fuck to read it in advance.
Yeah. No, I kind of read it, but it was like days ago, and then it just like goes in and out of your head like that. Yeah, so here it is. Ted Nugent was scheduled to perform on July 18th at Avondale Brewing Co., which along with promoter Red Mountain Entertainment announced show earlier this week. A wave of backlash from community members expressing opposition to Nugent's concert followed, with individuals criticizing the musician for his far-right beliefs and labeling him as homophobic, transphobic, and misogynistic, which is fact, and very fact.
Well, yeah, I mean, he said this much. So I do want to say I think it's hilarious that Ted Nugent is at the state he's in his career, that he's playing the brewing company, which is basically a restaurant. He's playing on a restaurant. He's playing a
fucking dive bar.
Yeah. He's playing dive bars.
Yeah. Nugent replied to the news by retweeting an article about the show's cancellation and adding the caption, "Liars and haters drunk on stupid and capable to debate me." Okay, cool, bro.
But it happened in Alabama.
Yeah, which is like, wow.
I'm kind of impressed, Alabama. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I feel like in Alabama right now, there are two kinds of people in this Ted Nugent story camp. There's the people who didn't go to the show, who got the show canceled. And then there's people that don't give a fuck and don't know that Ted Nugent's still alive.
Yeah. God damn.
Because you notice they wouldn't do this shit to Kid Rock. Because every hick in a 6-state radius is going to drive down for Kid Rock.
Yeah.
And he's one of the worst offenders.
Yeah, he saved himself with those rednecks by ripping off Sweet Home Alabama, so.
Oh, wow. I'm going to tell you something, though, man. I would never, even before all this racist and transgender phobic bullshit he's been doing, whatever he's been doing came out, I never would have went to a Kid Rock show just because I don't believe there's enough space in the arena for me to get far enough away from the stage that I don't got to smell his BO for 3 hours. And you know he doesn't smell good in real life. Like George Clooney smells good. He looks like he smells good in real life. Kid Rock does not look like he smells good in real life. Ted Nugent does not look like he smells good in real life. Phil Spector did not look like he smelled good in real life. Stop saying his name. Who else probably stinks in real life? I know we've had this discussion years ago on the show about what people smell like. Keith Richards, he doesn't look like he smells good.
Yeah, because he smells like heroin all the time, probably. It's like
I don't know what heroin smells like.
Yeah, probably like shit.
Probably old people smell. Probably like Bengay. Mick Mars looks like he smells like Bengay and bats.
Yeah. Oh man. And then Mick Mars. Speaking of Mick Mars, he's got War of Words going on still with his former bandmates.
I read that's
still
shit
ongoing. Yeah, I saw he said something like, "Oh, touring with these guys was like the worst fucking like 2 years of my life" or some shit.
Yeah, and apparently he said Nikki hasn't played a bass line in so many years.
Because I know we mentioned the original thing where he was trying to sue these guys. That's still, I guess, an ongoing thing. But I read somewhere like on Facebook, he even said more comments about like how he fucking regrets doing this reunion tour. It's like the fucking worst thing he's ever done. And it's just like, wow. Yeah. These guys are assholes and they fucking hate each other. So.
They seem like dicks in real life.
They always were dicks in real life. That's why they can't get along.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, and I don't know what I've said on the show in years past, but as of this recording, the information I've gathered, which isn't much, I haven't read up on it. I've just looked at how people act in interviews and when they're dealing with fans and stuff like that. I think probably the least offensive one in the realm of being a dick is probably either Tommy Lee or Vince Neil. But I have a feeling it's probably going to be Vince Neil.
Vince Neil had his shit.
I mean, I know we give him shit on here. We got a whole character on the show.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, wasn't supposed to happen. That was supposed to be a one-time bit, but Vince Neil just stuck with us. So.
He sticks with you, man. He's like an STI.
I know, right? And speaking of which, if you think you might have one, you can go to whatever that sponsor was.
STDcheck.com, I believe
STDcheck.com, yeah. That's when Vince Neil really became a big character on the show when we got that sponsorship and had him read the, "Hey guys, if you're like me."
I'm surprised he lasted longer than Paul Stanley. So
I know, we ain't heard from Paul Stanley on the show in a while.
Yeah, Paul Stanley, give us a call, man. Tell us how
you like
how the hopefully the real final tour, we swear guys, this time Kiss tour is happening. So
and I'm sure, Paul, before you say it, there will be a lot of girls. We know you like girls. Wink.
Yes.
For those of you who've never heard our show before, watch the movie. What was that movie that joke came from?
The
Decline of Western Civilization Part 2.
Part 2 is about the 80s rock and metal scene.
And you'll see Paul Stanley laying on a bed for his whole interview with all these naked women all over him. All right? In these silk pink sheets. And then he's like, well, the thing about rock and roll is that it brings everybody together. And I just like I'm not going to tell anybody they can't succeed in rock and roll because I succeeded. And it's like, bro.
It's like, shut up. You only succeeded because you sold every thinkable piece of merchandise to sell with your face on it.
No, because they wouldn't have been able to sell the merch if they weren't good.
That's true. But
and it took them a good decade to catch on.
Yeah. They did like ridiculous tie-ins and stuff. Remember like the comic books with like their own blood that they put into the ink and shit? Like,
but all of that happened. all that happened after they made it. Dude, Kiss is a good story about sticking with something.
No,
Their first four albums flopped. Nobody bought their first four albums.
Yeah, I think it was Destroyer. I think they picked up. That
No,
was
it was
crazy.
Alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot the first Alive. Yeah,
Yeah, the first Alive was the one that everybody flocked to and bought, and that's what made them famous. After all that, just re-record the songs and pretend like you're live. Throw in some fake crowd noise and some fake explosions.
yeah, because that basically sells. Back then, that would sell people on going to see them in concert. I mean, like the shit they pull off there was
It
pretty cool
worked.
for the time. It worked. It worked, man.
I mean, hell, Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss Alive is so much better than Rock and Roll All Night from the album version.
Yeah,
original.
it wasn't even that. Oh, Dress to Kill. That was the album it was on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
It's a pretty decent album too.
Well, a decent album is hard to find back then because they'd always have like one or two good songs, and then the rest would just be shitty filler.
Yeah, but I feel like early Kiss was still pretty good. I mean, like I still herald their debut album as one of the best sort of debuts in rock. I'd say. It
What was their debut album?
was just the self-titled one.
No, just Kiss. Is that what it's called?
Yes, you had like it was on their Strutter, Black Diamond, a lot of songs they still play today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
there's a lot of
Strutter.
Strutter.
I like Black
great
Diamond.
one. Black Diamond,
Cold Gin?
Firehouse, Cold Gin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that explains why those are so perfected with their stage show with Gene spitting fire and shit like that. I do like me some Kiss. I am a Kiss fan, but if there's one thing, kids, that if you're in a band that you can learn from the band Kiss, it's that stick the fuck with it. Because imagine if they'd gave up after that first album didn't flop, and then it'd be like, whatever happened to those rock and roll clowns from the 70s?
Yeah, whatever happened to the Sing Clown Posse? What? No, not those guys.
No, this would be how we're describing it. It's a band. They had one album in the 70s. Nobody bought it, but they were like clowns. Like you try to describe Kiss to somebody that's never heard of Kiss.
I don't know, clowns who can rock. I guess. These like creatures and characters with instruments.
They'd wear all this face paint and shit, and you're like, oh,
and like
God,
10-inch
sounds horrible.
heels.
Yeah.
10-inch platform boots, sorry, not heels.
It's kind of like describing The Undertaker to somebody that's not a wrestling fan.
Yeah, in a way, that whole like Undertaker sort of Kane vibe.
He's a dead zombie cowboy that worships Satan.
Yeah, he was once a biker for a few years. I don't know. He listened to new metal once, and then that changed him for a while.
He's a dead biker zombie cowboy with supernatural powers that shoots lightning out of his hands and somehow still loses a match from time to time.
And also summons smoke from random places.
Yeah, if wrestling's fake, explain that.
Yeah, God damn it.
Speaking of things that are fake, let's talk about Dolly Parton's boobs for a second. I want to acknowledge...
I didn't know that. That's facts to me. If that's
no, I don't think they really are. I want to acknowledge, first off, how pretty they were in that movie 9 to 5. And then I want to secondly say that Dolly Parton is releasing a rock album. Did you see this?
Yeah, this was also announced today. Like the whole track list is there. It's coming out later in November, which is freaking insane. I think it's mostly like covers and stuff. Look at the track list. Yeah. But like still, Dolly Parton covering like some really good iconic rock songs is pretty freaking cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah, man. Cool.
I did see a song on there called World on Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't say featuring anybody or anything. It just said World on Fire. And part of me secretly hopes that this is, even though I know it won't be, Slash's World on Fire.
That'd be fucked. That would be like out of nowhere. But I feel like if it's Dolly Parton, she's gonna like cover like GNR. I think that's
if she were going to. No, she's gonna cover like Journey. Probably. I could see maybe 38 Special, some of that Southern rock.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. Right? If you want, you can go through the whole track list.
Go through the list. Let's go. Do you have it available right now?
Oh, I have it. Yeah, I have it right in front of me. It says 30 songs.
30 fucking songs.
30 songs. She's selling it as a four LP, I guess, like a 4 vinyl LP, or it's gonna be a double CD, like a double album, or what everyone's gonna do is just stream it. So
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah, so we have a Rockstar with Richie Sambora.
Now, is this
title
Nickelback's
track.
Rockstar, or is this an original song?
I feel like this could be an original. I feel like there's like a few originals, and there's a lot of like covers I see here because I recognize a lot of the artists. Even the artist that she's covering, she has those artists as well on the track, which is really cool.
Okay. So
Yeah,
we've
so
got Rockstar, World on Fire.
Every Breath You Take with Sting.
Was that Sting?
Yeah, that was Sting and the Police. That was the Police, but she's gonna have Sting as well, I guess.
Well, yeah. I've never really liked that song. It always gave me the creeps.
It's overplayed. I never liked it.
It's like,
but
I'll
you
be
mentioned
watching you.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like really weird.
Weirdo.
Yeah. No thanks, Sting. Take your tantric sex vibes away from me.
Yeah, if you've got to be
Weirdo.
fucking watching a woman that long, the answer is no, and no means no.
Yeah, no tantric sex. Just fucking finish already, please.
Open Arms, Magic Man. Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah. Open Arms with Steve Perry. So you mentioned Journey. She's covering a Journey song.
Yeah.
As
awesome. Long as
Magic Man.
Yeah, Magic Man, I think will be good.
Yeah, so it's gonna have Ann Wilson and special guest Howard Leese.
As Long as I Can See the Light, featuring John Fogerty.
Sweet.
Either or, featuring Kid Rock, which we just don't have to download that one.
Which will have to delete that from my history, or from history itself, please.
I will give it a chance. If it's a good song, I'll say it's a good song. I don't bring politics into my fandoms.
I don't know. Kid Rock's a douchebag.
He is, but I just don't enjoy his music because I think all he does is scream and talk. So
yeah, and raps horribly.
Yeah. I Want You Back with Steven Tyler and special guest Warren Hayes.
Warren Haynes.
Let's see. What has rock and roll ever done for you?
With Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Purple Rain. That'll be
doing
interesting.
A Prince cover. Yeah.
I don't know. We're stepping into some sacrilege now.
Listen, if the right artist is behind it, I can definitely see them, doing a really good rendition of like some Prince stuff. Dolly Parton, I think, could pull it off.
We'll see, but it's not going to be the first track I jump to. But
yeah.
Baby, I Love Your Way with Peter Frampton. I Hate Myself for Loving You.
Featuring Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, which is going to that's kick ass.
I think Dolly will do good on that one. Night Moves, that ought to be interesting.
Night Moves with Chris Stapleton. He's a big name in country.
Wrecking Ball, which we kind of heard.
Yeah. And she's going to have Miley Cyrus on there. So Miley Cyrus covering herself again with Dolly Parton.
I Can't Get No Satisfaction featuring Pink. I said prick, but I meant Pink.
Yeah,
featuring some prick.
It's pink exclamation mark instead of the I, which is like, really? We still do that?
Yeah. I do want to see Pink. Her live shows look like they are awesome.
I mean, it was pretty cool to see her when she like randomly showed up at that GNR show and did Patience for like 30 seconds.
Have you seen that clip of her how she flies around the audience on the harness?
No, I've not seen that.
So they put her on this harness, and it's like got wires that go on either side of the arena and then meet in the middle with her, and it wraps on her belt. And then she like spins on top of it as she flies up to the back row and then she flies all over. And they do that during So What?
Oh, sweet.
And that looks really cool. I really want to see that. Moving right along because we do got a guest coming and we're about 35 minutes in. So I'm just going to spitfire a few of these.
Yeah.
Keep on Loving You, Heart of Glass, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
Elton John.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Tried to Rock and Roll Me. Stairway to Heaven.
Again, holy shit, featuring Lizzo.
Okay. With Lizzo.
That is fucking out there.
I'm interested.
I will listen to it, but like, okay, sure.
We Are the Champions, Bygone, featuring Rob Halford and the guy we just kind of talked about, Nikki Sixx and John 5.
Yeah, and Mick Mars Jr., aka John 5.
Yeah, the Mick Mars clone that nobody ever heard of till he replaced Mick Mars.
Literally.
My Blue Tears, What's Up, You're No Good, Heartbreaker. That's going to be interesting. Bittersweet, I Dreamed About Elvis, Let It Be, and finally, the last song is Freebird.
Freebird with it says featuring Ronnie Van Zant, but I'm like, oh, the dude's been dead for about 30 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, maybe they've got some recordings.
Probably, unless they just put his vocal track with hers or something, you know.
Man, I hope they don't do that and have her singing on top of it like some amateur karaoke night.
Or they'll just splice it like her, like sort of duetting with him or something. I don't know, but
we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, while we're in the backstage not talking thing, you know my name is Alex Carr, right? Like you drive a car?
No, I fucking didn't. Roach told me it was Vox.
Fucking Roach.
God damn it, Roach. This is what he sent me, okay?
Oh, that's Alex Vokes. Like vocals.
God damn it, Roach.
You gotta love Roach, man.
So, Alex, where are you guys heading now on your tour? Alex Carr.
A little bar called... Yeah. little bar called Dingbats.
Okay. Where's that at?
It's in Clifton, New Jersey.
Have you ever been up that way? Have you played Jersey before?
I've been there. I haven't played there. This is our... we have a lot of firsts.
Okay.
Because before this year, we pretty much didn't go above the Mason-Dixon line.
Okay. I mean, what do you expect at this place? Like, do you have an idea of the demographic that's going to be attending yet?
Yeah, I mean, anytime that we're playing somewhere new, I kind of just take it wherever it's at and just enjoy it. But I always look forward to getting back and play in places that we played before, see some of the same people, and you know, that's playing new places is cool, but seeing familiar faces is always cool.
Do you see do you recognize sometimes, like, you'll go to a town that you don't play regularly, but you only play when you're out on the road like that? Do you see a lot of the same people in those towns, or do you remember, because there's just so many fucking people you're going to see?
Well, I mean, this year was really fucking cool because this March was our first national run, and this is our second one. So we actually got to meet on the last tour, like probably 20 or 30 people that we've been talking to online for like 2 years.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, that was badass, you know, and this same run, I'm going to see some more people that I've been talking to online for years, but I've never met them in person. And that's always fucking cool. Actually, the festival this is airing on Monday. So the festival we played this past weekend, there was a lady there that she's seen my dad play in his band, but she's never met me.
Huh. Well, what was the name of your dad's band?
It's Scott Marshall and the Highway Souls, I think. He's a bass player for them.
Okay. So there we go. Shout out for Dad there. Go check them out also. Why not?
They do like Americana, rockabilly type shit. They play a lot of like NASCAR events, and then they do like wineries and casinos, and that's the majority of theirs, and then local festivals.
I bet casino gigs are good because ain't nobody gonna show their ass in a casino.
I went to one of his shows at a casino when I was visiting him a couple years back, and they have people that like follow them everywhere they go. When they play at the casinos, they'll order drinks and sit around the stage and watch and drink, and then, you know, go gamble and come back and watch and dance. It's kind of cool.
How hard is it, like, when you get into one of these venues that has like an open bar and people are like talking over the music and are just not engaged with the show that you're performing versus when they are engaged and everybody's dancing and having a good time?
I love performing, and so does my band, and we don't ask for attention. We demand it. So like if they're there, they're going to watch us. You know, like I've been known to jump on fucking tables and bar tops in the middle of our performance. They're gonna pay attention. If they weren't planning on it, they are now.
You go Axl Rose on their ass. Hey, you fucker. You.
Don't start a riot, please.
I mean,
or do. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't do that.
I don't think anybody really does.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's what makes it funny when he does it.
Yeah, but I will. Yeah, right. But I have jumped on like a bar top when two people were having a conversation, and I've like jumped on top of them right before a breakdown. So I was like screaming my ass off, and they were just like,
This guy.
Where do you get the best reactions from the audience so far?
I think we get good reactions everywhere, but we had a lot of good reaction in the Midwest on this last run, and just pretty much everywhere we play. If they know our music, they're singing back. If they haven't heard of us before, they're a new fan. That's kind of how it rolls.
So you play in Indiana. Have you ever played Indiana before?
Yeah, we played in Jeffersonville in March.
I bet Izzy Stradlin was at one of your shows, and nobody knew it.
I was going to say, we don't even know where Izzy Stradlin is anymore, so that's possible, actually. Who knows?
I mean, maybe. That show wasn't extremely impressive. That those bars that they have like a separate, but they have to pay $5 extra to go see the band, and so there was like 100 people there, and then there was like 10 people watching the bands.
Oh, that sucks. So they put the music area away from the bar.
Yeah, I guess it's so that they don't lose people business on the door, but they end up like, I guess I'm trying to be like professional, but it just wasn't my favorite place.
I don't know. It sounds like a shithole to me, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's random.
Because you got to think, somebody has owned this bar long enough to know the caliber of bands that they're probably bringing in. And how many of those bands disappointed so much that you built a fucking side room, but you just don't have bands? Like, you want to be a jukebox joint, be a jukebox joint.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think if you're going to have live music, you need to do it.
Yeah, you can't like dip your toe in the water and just leave it there.
Especially if you're bringing like touring acts in.
Yeah, that seems like a waste of money for everybody.
Yeah, it was a nice little rest stop before. Well, no, not even that, because we drove straight from Indiana to New Orleans overnight after that show.
What's your minimum time that you'll do on a show?
Probably 30 minutes on tour. We usually do anywhere from 50 to an hour and a half at home. Well, because when we're on the road, like we're kind of like one of the newest national acts, so we're kind of always open up for someone that's bigger than us, or you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, I mean, there have been shows closer to home where they're like, "Yeah, fuck your time, keep going."
I don't know. There's got to be a certain freedom of that too, because then, like, you play your set and you can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, no, it's so I can play the set and then go to the bar and drink because I gotta, support the guys that help bring me there.
Oh, fair enough. That's fair. I didn't think of that. But yeah, you're right. I was thinking beat the crowd. I got that pro wrestling mentality. We do our job and fuck off and beat the crowd home.
Yeah, we're mostly usually like, first ones to show up, last ones to leave type situation. So yeah, and I love meeting people. And if I'm just getting up on stage and then dipping out, I miss out on potential new fans and people that we've never met that, have stories. We love people. I love people. I love meeting new people and hearing about them, and that's a big reason why I do music. So if I just dip out, I miss out on all that. Yeah,
that's fair. You got a point. Well, what say you? Shall we watch this next music video? What are we watching next?
This is a cover of "Bring Me the Horizon's" "Drown."
Who does your graphic designing?
I do a lot of it, and then my friend Adam Johnson, he has Simple Social Official everywhere. He does a lot of it too. We kind of work together on it.
Okay.
I do probably 90% of them.
Makes you wish you were dead. Got a hold
This is very well shot. Did somebody come in and do lighting?
I actually programmed the lighting.
Oh, okay. That is a whole separate skill. So who do you work with, like, for a camera crew and to edit the videos?
It's one guy. His name's Nick Miller. He's done all of our videos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can tell he knows what he's doing by the lighting, because, like, this looks like a crew worked on it.
Right, yeah. Him and I have worked together from our first video, and I've gotten better with my ideas. He's gotten better with the shooting. Him and I just work really well together.
So what goes into the making of a music video? Do you storyboard out, like, the shots that you definitely want?
Kinda. I wait until, like, an idea hits me and I can see it in my head, and then I can just go through and listen to the song a million times and get what I want line for line, bridge it all out, as far as, like, the lighting, the mood, what's going to happen in the scene, and I pitch that to him, and then we kind of work and refine it together.
Right. Let's track this for just a minute here. I'm not going to give you too much away for free, but I'm going to give them a little bit here.
I'm not okay, and it's not alright. Won't you drag the lake and bring me home again? Who will fix me now? Dive in when I'm down. Save me from myself. Don't let me drown. Who will make me fight? Drag me.
How long did it take you to get this makeup on?
My girlfriend actually did the makeup. So she's a stylist. She does my hair, and she does the makeup for all of our videos too.
You must have sprayed it
So
on
it's
with
probably
the
like no, that is actually like brushed on. It was like it's probably like 30 minutes for all the black.
How long till you could get that t-shirt on without looking like a mechanic?
I do. If you look closely, there's black marks all over it.
Oh, maybe it's the lighting. I couldn't tell.
My camera guy did his job.
Oh, well, good. Good to have somebody like that. Where was this?
That's actually like at our practice room. We just threw up black curtains.
Oh, okay.
And what's
Where
crazy
was-
is,
So did you have to clean it? Okay, so that's in a bath. That's in a bath. That's in a shower.
the shower's at my house.
Okay. I was thinking that you was getting sprayed with water, but you were still sitting on the stairs. And,
Yeah, no.
and so I was thinking, like, well, this sucks because now somebody's gonna have to clean this up. But it's like makes a great visual, so I guess fuck it. But that's what I thought was going on there was that that you were still by the stairs and somebody was spraying you, and I was like, oh, this is my house, and I was like, oh, dude, you had to clean all that up.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
So did he have a separate guy for the lighting? Because shooting with lights is vastly different from setting up a webcam on top of a crappy monitor.
Right. No, actually, so he went with me to set up the black curtains and set all the lights. And I had to finish programming the lights the day before. And he kind of got some camera shots and adjusted to it. But for all intents and purposes, I was the lighting guy. I built platforms for all the lights. Those are the same lights that we use for our live show. And I just programmed them to the music.
Oh, nice. That's nice. So this was very kind of
DIY.
yeah, but it don't look it. That's the thing. I'm impressed. I don't know what the hell to say knowing that because I was not expecting that answer.
FYE was also DIY. We've been DIY for all of our videos.
Do you have fun with that part of the process?
I do. So I was in theater in high school, and like as a kid, I was in children's theater. So I've always had that side of me. So it's like I get to get my outlet of like directing, and music is an outlet for me. But I'm just a very creative person, like in just about every art except for painting. So it's cool to be able to bring all of my worlds together to help build the Envision brand.
So you've always been a performer then?
Oh yeah, from the time I was like 4 or 5 years old.
How much do you think you take from that to the stage with you now?
A lot. A lot. And I think that's where like people ask me, because like I'm usually a pretty chill person. And then when people see me on stage, like I've had coworkers back when I was working like a 9 to 5, they'd come out to my shows and they'd be like, what the fuck? There is no way that is the same person. I'm like, it's not. I don't know who that guy is. He just looks like me. He talks like me. But that's somebody else that gets up there. So I think that comes from, like, I would do method acting a lot, where I would go into a character and I would become that character throughout even rehearsals, right? Like as soon as I knew my lines, anytime I set foot in the building, I was that other person. And I think I bring a lot of that with me to my music performance. Like I'm very humble, off stage. I love people. I, talk very gently, and then I get on stage and now I'm a rock star,
I feel that. I understand that completely. I think people would be surprised how much of that is kind of needed with a singer. Because, sometimes you'll go to a bar and you'll see a band and you can tell when you've got somebody that's like good versus, you know what I mean, has that charisma versus somebody, oh my God, look what the cat dragged in, living my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I ain't talking about nobody in particular. That's just the first song that popped in my head. So my friends who are in bands who cover that song, I'm not talking about you. Okay.
As far as you know.
Wink.
My friends are in a shitty band. I will tell them because that shit is embarrassing.
I think too, like my advice to any band would be, if they want to have an exciting performance, and I've told this to several people, and I can always tell if they listen or not. But what I used to do, like even before I had the band, I would practice in front of a mirror my set. And if I got bored at any point, I don't care if I had 2 minutes to go. If I got bored, I'd start the whole thing over.
Man. That makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah, and then that way, you don't need a crowd, right? Like you can do the same performance in front of 50,000 as 2 people. How you sound, if you're excited about something or not, will come out in your voice.
Oh, yeah. People can hear you move. People can hear you dance. People can hear you smile. I mean, just think about when you call a call center and it's like, thank you for calling AT&T. And then you get that one bubbly one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was talking to a debt collector the other day that she was like super nice, and I was like, I don't do small talk with debt collectors. And then but she was super nice. I was like, whoa, like I'm used to like, I'll take everything from you.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's I was fully prepared. I was in that mode. I was like, don't be nice to me because then I'll feel bad. But then she wasn't. She was just super nice the whole time. I was like, huh, I got all that adrenaline running for nothing.
He's a much better man than me because I just don't answer.
Yeah.
What else should we send people to go look for on their own before we wrap things up tonight?
Definitely follow us, NVSN. You can find us as NVISION228 on all social media, but just searching NVSN on all social media should bring you to us. We're the emo looking fuckers. And like there's always something going on in our world. Like we have the tour coming up in August that will probably be announced in the next month or so. We're just locking in like 1 or 2 more dates on it. And then after that, we're not going to be on the road as much, but we're going into the studio and we're recording, somewhere between 5 to 10 more songs. So, I mean, like, even when it's not apparent we're doing something, we're always doing something. Get connected with us. We also have a fan club on Facebook called Broken Hearts Club, where we sometimes run contests and giveaways. And like I talked about earlier, we're meeting people that we've been talking to for 2 years that we have a personal connection with. That's where it happened, is they got to meet us, get to know who we are before we ever step foot in the venue.
I think did we cover everything?
Yeah. I think I'm happy with it. Shit.
I thought we had a good conversation, man.
Yeah, I'd grab a beer with you.
Yeah, you seem like a cool dude. If you ever get as close as St. Louis or somewhere in that 2-hour radius of central Missouri, let me know. And
Midwest is one of our focal points. So, I mean, like, follow shit, get in Broken Hearts Club, man, especially because when you release this, I'll stick all of them on it. And I know you have your own viewers, but my people will support anything that we're on. So, and then you'll definitely know when we're coming near, because Midwest is one of our focal points. So we'll definitely be hitting that a lot in the next couple of years.
All right, I sent a request.
Dope.
Oh, so we're sending approval. Do you support local mutant? No. What will you do to contribute this group and help Envision grow? I'll go to your show and get drunk. Pants are not
You already got approved. One of my admins did it.
Nice.
Okay, well, I'll just leave it at I'll go to, because I was bullshitting about that.
I'm not going to your fucking show.
Are you crazy?
There's better places I can get drunk on a Friday night.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to the song of the day. Y'all know what song it is.
Yeah, man. We got some Slash coming up for you.
That's right. Featuring, of course, Mr. Miles Kennedy and them Conspiraties. You like it when you ever see that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
I've heard of it. Maybe I've seen it. I don't remember.
Well, there's a scene where they're recording a song at the radio station. And the guy there at the radio station, he talk like this right here. I tell you what. Yes, indeed. They sang in the undercan and skedaddle. So we're going to listen to... Oh, and he's blind, so I got to close my eyes. We're going to listen to some good old tunes here from somebody named Slash, which I suspect you're going to enjoy thoroughly. And his hometown.
You got mesmerized. You forgot where you are from and who you are. Such a tragedy. You were young and free.
He getting that talk box extra slobbery today.
Oh yeah, it's going ham on that thing, man.
Fuck yeah, I'm digging. I love this album, so I'm pretty sure I know this one, and I like it.
Did you ever think that you would fall so far?
Why did fans shit on this album so hard when it came out? Man, this is gold.
Axel?
Yeah, honestly, I liked GNR better when Slash wasn't in it. And I like Slash and Miles Kennedy's shows better when Slash wasn't in GNR also.
Slash has the ability to just be himself, and he makes great music on his own. Honestly, the Conspirators albums, even his solo album, are really well done stuff. Like a lot of us will still listen to this day and even further beyond.
Yeah, I know. I love Apocalyptic. Somebody asked me, Apocalyptic Love is one of my favorite albums, not just of the GNR variety, but of all time. I love this record. I'm going to hit play for a minute. We're going to listen to a little bit more of the song. Then Brother Caputo is going to come in. He's going to help us formulate the lyrics and tell us a story. You know how it is, dude. You've been doing 221 episodes of this shit.
Yeah.
Y'all should have figured it out by now. Ooh. And I'm going to tell you right now, that bass popping in my ears right now is smooth. Ooh. Just listen to the bass. Now, before we get to a breakdown or something, let's let's tag in Chris and let's get some lyric dissection here so we can try to get a clear head and make sense of what's going on in this song.
Let's do it, man. As always, starting from the top here. Under city lights, you got mesmerized. You forgot where you are from and who you are. Such a tragedy. You were young and free. Did you ever think that you'd fall so far? Turn it on tonight, Carolina, till the morning light, Carolina.
Okay.
So that's like the first verse and chorus right there.
So it's about a girl
Yeah.
who's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, even kind of reading through the second verse, like it's definitely about some chick. Maybe she lost her ways, or came to a big city and I had big dreams, and you ended up in like porn or something. I don't know.
Read us some of the second verse.
So I remember when you were innocent. I remember what you were, my dirty rose. Never happy now. You're just selling out. Easy Street is drenched in tears. You know it's never paved in gold.
Well, there you go. So yeah, so she's kind of a bitch. She obviously used to hook up with this dude. I wouldn't call a girl my dirty rose.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like that analogy.
Yeah.
That sounds like she got a stanky vagina.
Oh, God. Oh, sure. That's where you're going.
She wipes the wrong way, okay?
What? Asshole ass to front?
Yeah. She wipes down and out. I don't know. As a woman, that seems like it'd be a little more effort because then you'd have to hike the leg up.
Yeah, it's quite challenging. You gotta have like long arms. You gotta have a good reach. You gotta have like UFC fighter reach to like go down.
Yeah, and it'd be intentional because you ain't gonna wipe that way accidentally.
No,
that takes too much effort to get in there. And hang on, let me see. We demonstrate here. That would take a lot more effort to get down in here and come back around.
I was gonna say, it seems like you've done this before. Are you like your own gynecologist, man?
Well, no, I haven't. That's why I had to do I had to walk myself through how you would go about that. Because when I was thinking about it sitting like this, my leg kept getting in the way. So I guess if you're sitting on the toilet and you got your legs way up in the air, as you do, you ain't never sat spread eagle on a toilet before, then you don't know what you're missing.
No,
obviously
like
you've never been
planted on the ground or on a squatty potty.
You ain't never been so poor you lived in a house that didn't have a lid, so
no.
So you just had to sit in the water. I grossed myself out with my bullshit. God. I was on a good little bullshit roll, and then I grossed myself out, made myself gag a little bit. Oh man. Oh, if you've got reminds me of the Bucket Boys. Go check out their podcast.
Yeah, man.
I forgot what it's called.
Getting Head.
Yeah, there we go. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't catch any of that. I was still kind of thinking about the dirty rose thing and how like girls wipe wrong and
so I break down there. He just says, "Just leave your dirty little secrets for a while. Just leave your dirty little secrets for a while. Let me make it all right."
Okay. So hopefully we've got us a good little guitar solo coming up here.
Yeah.
I believe is what he's pitching. It's like playing baseball. Miles will cue it up and toss it to Slash, and Slash will hit the ball. Sometimes out of the park, sometimes not so much. Let's find out what it's going to be this time. Usually out of the park, though. He don't fuck it up as much as Izzy does. I'm digging. That's a good bass line.
Simple drum beat.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I love how like the guitar, like that riff is in sync with the drums.
One thing I will say about this band is everybody is mixed well. Nobody's drowned out.
They play their shit well. These guys are really good musicians, man.
Oh yeah, they're top tier. And there you go, Carolina by Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators in our rear view mirror for episode 221 on the Guns and Radio podcast. And I don't know why I fucked with putting all our graphics back up, because we're just going to have to turn around and take them all back down.
Yeah. Fuck it, why not? Show them off.
Show off the graphics.
Show me your graphics.
I don't like how that sounds, bud. Show me your graphics.
Yeah.
I mean, if I sent that to a woman, she would know what I'm talking about, but she'd probably be like,
what the fuck?
She would say, I'm going to decline.
Yeah. Well, if I really did, I would just say, show me your genitals. That's it.
I would like to gaze upon your genitals, madam.
Yeah.
Would you mind to send me a painting?
Show Me Your Genitals, also a song from a very famous, well, not very famous, at least to me he's very famous. He's like a comedian musician, man. I gotta show you after we're off here, man. Jean Lajoie.
Oh boy. Well, we'll check that out later. Who's going first for final thoughts today?
I'll take the reins on this one, man. Love this song, man. From like the opening, that riff, and how the drums are in sync with that riff. It's tight, with that 4/4 beat there. It's a really good song, man. And like this was relegated to a deluxe edition bonus track. It's like insane. Because I remember we reviewed Crazy Life way back, I think in the first season.
Yeah, I think so.
Right in the first season or the beginning of the second season. And that was also another bonus track on the deluxe edition of Apocalyptic Love. And that was a really good track too, man. Like this whole album, even the bonus tracks are really good. Like this is one I have listened to before here and there from time to time. I'll let it roll because you get hooked on that riff in like 5 seconds. It really catches you. This is like one of those songs that can still get your attention span, even as our attention spans are getting more smaller and smaller. Like it still would hit the same way. And then for that, I would say at least 4 out of 5 for me. This is a damn good song.
Yeah, I'm not too far. I've got similar things to say about the song myself. First off, I didn't realize some of the songs are bonus tracks because when I bought the album the first time, I bought the deluxe edition. Mm-hmm. And the deluxe edition came out the same day, at least on iTunes, came out the same day as the regular edition. So of course I bought the deluxe edition for 2 or 3 extra songs. So to me, it's always just been part of the album. I didn't realize it was reduced to not being considered an official track on the record. But that's kind of a shame because it's a really good song, and I love this song. And I may not know all the lyrics, and it might not be something I go to regularly, but it's like an old friend that you only talk to every few years. You can go back and revisit it, and you'll have just as much fun as you did the last time. And I rather enjoyed it, man. It gets you in the feels. It gets you pumped up, ready to rock and roll with that talk box that Slash just is relentless on in this, but in a good way. Um, I'm really tempted to give it 5 out of 5, but I know there's more songs on Apocalyptic Love that are better than this, so it's going to get a 4 out of 5 for me as well.
All right.
But I mean, fuck it, an 8 out of a possible 10. That's a damn good. Score there for the track. So
Yeah, man. Dude, it's Slash, brother. Slash has always made some really good music. Like, it's very rare we get to see like some really not so good stuff. I mean,
yeah,
Slash, man.
I love how when a song is not good, when we review a song by Slash that's not good, it surprises us.
Yeah.
But when we review a song by Izzy or Duff that is good, it surprises us.
Yeah. I mean, this is Slash we're talking about. He's like top 10 greatest guitarist of all time. And, and some people would say even in their top 5.
Oh, yeah. I would put him up there. Definitely. Because the people some people will not knock certain people off of a pedestal out of respect. And, you know us here at Guns and Radio, we have no such reservations. Because if that were the case, we'd been saying, "Oh my God, this song was by Duff McKagan every week. We love it. It's amazing. It's great. Loaded is one of the greatest bands of all time." No. We said that song sucks.
Yeah, rightfully so.
We don't give a fuck to knock somebody off the pedestal, regardless of who it is. So take note, music industry. You put out garbage, we'll find it. And if you don't believe us, look at that Chinese food song. What are the odds?
Yeah, just watch Rebecca Black's career. That's it.
I'm going to pass. We got one song out of her, and I know she released another song. One was plenty.
Yeah. 0 would have been better, but it's all right.
Yeah, there will never be a Rebecca Black podcast in this style and format hosted by me.
Or by me either, because I would not subject myself. We subject ourselves to enough shit with some of the songs we have to review, some of these really awful, shitty music videos I have to watch. I'd rather not. I'd rather spend like a fucking long weekend in Guantanamo Bay than watch that shit.
We do watch epic music videos from time to time too.
We do. Yeah, I'm not saying we don't. I mean, like, we definitely do. But it's just like sometimes the shit is actually worse sometimes than it outweighs sort of the good stuff. That's the problem.
I know, but dude, sometimes what you think is going to be good turns out to be shit, like Separate Ways by Journey, the video.
That video did not match the song. Like, that song deserved like a fucking CGI fucking movie.
As good as that song is, you would have thought they would have done better.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, then again, did Journey have any really good, like, outstanding music videos?
Not that I can think of.
Exactly.
Now, like the Any Way You Want It is a song that I feel, and I mean I feel like when that first guitar solo hits, like I start feeling it in my body, and then when Steve Perry comes back, she said, "Hold on." And then that second guitar solo hits right there, man. When that's every time to this day, every time that second guitar solo in Any Way You Want It hits, the hair on my arms and the back of my neck stand up. And it's always been like that. That's the one guitar solo I'd probably put as, if not my favorite, one of my top 2, just because of I get a physical reaction every time I listen to it, and it hasn't gotten old or gone away. But speaking of songs that could be good or bad, it's that time of the show where we spin the wheel and find out what we're going to be listening to next week. So, what say you, Brother Chris? Shall we spin it upon the wheel?
Yeah, I'm going to press this imaginary button I have in my hand here, and you're going to spin that wheel now.
Diamonds, Adler.
You're diamonds, or you are diamonds?
You are diamonds. You are diamonds. That's like a weird like compliment to give a chick. It's not like you are hot. You are diamonds. I'm what?
Yo, diamonds.
I'm Rihanna. What?
Well, Your Diamonds by Adler is
man. Down for some Adler. I know he has a very limited discography, but it's always nice We got to cover some Adler.
But because Adler's solo tracks are so few, it's always a nice little surprise getting an Adler song.
Oh yeah, it's refreshing.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I hope so. Or I hope it doesn't sound like Theory of a Dead Man from like 2012.
Well, it is Adler and not Adler's Appetite, so it's probably going to sound like Theory of a Dead Man.
Yeah, it's going to sound like 2012 alt rock.
It's good. Yeah, that's what Adler was. So they were Adler was 2010 alt rock in 2012.
Yeah, that you said it better than I could.
They were about 2 years out of date when they decided to come along, and people were just starting to get tired of that shit.
Yeah,
I don't know though. Theory of a Dead Man's coming to Riverport. Will the tickets be cheap enough for me to go?
Nah, fuck, don't even bother. Their music is shit. They don't even make rock music. It's just like has like weird fucking electronic beats in there. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
I've got
that rock.
I've got tickets to Riverport for $10 before.
I wouldn't even pay $2 Canadian.
If it's $10, I'll go see Bad Girlfriend. That's the only Theory of a Dead Man song I can think of. And I used to like it back when I was a kid, and I was always drunk and having sex with whatever woman that would come around. Those standards got way higher today than they used to be. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, just listen to the lyrics in that song and you want to fucking throw up violently.
She likes to shake her ass. You know you heard that in every strip club ever at the time.
God, like there's better stripper anthems. Just put fucking Def Leppard on the loop. I'll be entertained. Honestly, just put all of that fucking Hysteria, Pyromania, put those 2 albums on a loop. That's a great stripper music.
Oh man, we ought to do a bit someday where we get a stripper on and we try to get her to dance to weird shit.
Yeah.
Like we start her out with "Love It Like a Bomb," then we switch to Cotton Eye Joe, and then then we
play
switch
like some like random fucking Prince stuff from like,
and then some Conway Twitty. Hello, darling. Nice to see
like
you.
Frank Sinatra. Fly me to the moon.
Well, folks, it's time for us to go the fuck home and wrap this up. So we want to say thank you to Envision. We want to say thank you for coming up and checking out the show today. We hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts on the song Carolina by Slash on Spotify in the little doobly-doo down here. Just look around on Spotify. You'll see it.
Most of you guys, not too far underneath, you'll find it there. And give us your response. Let us know. Give us your feedback. We will have it posted as well.
And since we know, now that we know most of you guys are listening on Pandora, we will tell you, head over to gunsandradio.com and you can get an invite to get into our Discord for free and tell us your thoughts and opinions, or just join us in whatever bullshit we've got going on in that Discord at the moment.
Yeah. Lots of AI freakiness going on in there. So.
It's always something funny, but kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Depends on the day, you know.
Yeah. Well, we usually have a good time in there hanging out with everybody. And I'll be at work trying to keep a straight face in a meeting. And I'll look and I'll see some shit Franz posted. I'll be like, oh, God.
Yeah, we get like AI Axel doing an intro for us. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'll be neat. But yeah, be sure to come back on Friday for an all-new Music Video Friday. Be back on Saturday for Shotcast Saturday. And of course, come back next Monday when we're going to be reviewing Your Diamonds. Your diamonds, boy. Your diamonds. All right, baby, your diamonds. We're going to be reviewing some of your diamonds over here by Steven Adler, okay? And, you know, hey, fuck you. I'm walking in. Hey, forget about it. Hey, yo.
Andrew Dice Clay. Wow, thanks for showing up.
No, I'm not doing an Andrew Dice Clay joke right now. We'll be here all night. Until next time, I'm Dustin Bonez.
And I'm Chris Caputo. We'll see you guys Friday, Music Video Friday, Saturday, another Shotcast Saturday, and back once again in our usual time every single Monday. Stay safe, guys. Peace out. We'll see you then.